shit.
Oh, the classic.
Of course,
oh,
Lehens, you know, he's just not going to play it standard or safe. He's just going to do his own thing. The bot side of the jungle has completely belonged to him. He's going to grab the Cloud Drake.
His effort trying to get in there. Spear is going to connect. As now Rift Herald down extraordinarily low, but it's taken by Croco. In goes Lehens. That's a big taunt onto the Taliyah, who's now trying to throw the rocks around. Gets a shove, but is going to go straight into the death chamber now. Keen with the Stand United shield and effort over the wall, actually, looking to try and get on top of Fly, but he's still going to be able to take him down. So 2 kills for the Afreecs, but all of the objectives going over to Liiv Sandbox.
Yeah, Sandbox controlling objectives really well as Lehens is trying to get his way out here. Fate trying to set up for this. Nice little jump away.
Yep, Lehens definitely a bit of a ninja here behind enemy lines as he gets over the wall. Doesn't have flash, and now Leo's going to turn up as well. We'll see whether they just deliver him the kill, and Fate says, yep, we do have Fly freeing himself up here in the mid lane. That one is going to be equalized. His effort throws down the Solar Flare, looking for Lehens, gets through. But Lehens is able to stop a lot of that damage now as Fly's being turned on, has to flash to get over the wall as Croco's going down low. There's a shockwave, but only lands onto Dread. Keen actually able to avoid it, but now Leo's trying to pop off. Bang looking to try and escape as there's the Stand United to keep him alive. Fly limping away from the fight as Summit is down so low. Meganar is so close, gets himself a slight shield. No one's dead yet. This is just ridiculous. Only Croco falling as Leo finally gets that S rank back and he's able to grab some kills. Bang also able to lock down his former teammate as a teleport back in here from Fly gets his full health bar as Summit could be in trouble. Fate just gets rid of Lehens though as Fly gets underneath the turret. I think a lot of people's eyes are going to be on Dread though. Dread hasn't exactly found the success that he's looking for. Fly gets over the right side of this wall here, but walks into the shove. There's the shockwave, but it doesn't actually matter. They're able to trade it 1-for-1 as Dread.
Yeah, and I don't think he could actually kill Summit here, so if he can't make a play here, then this is all for nothing.
Well, here's the Stand United. We're trying to keep Keen alive as he is going to get rid of that turret aggro, and Dread, he is there. He's able to grab that kill, but now Fate has teleported in. This turret getting real mad as Keen down to about 100 health. Shockwave comes in, actually pins Fly against the wall and locks down Dread for that kill at the same time. Deathray not nearly enough damage, as at least Keen's able to escape with his life. But again, it's just a messy 1-for-1.
Playing the Kaisa, so looking for that late game as once again Croco engaging.
Yep. We'll see where that seismic shove is going to go as Fly gets himself back underneath the turret, but does need to deal with these minions as Lehen's going to turn up. Croco is definitely dead, but so is Fly. Shockwave, just for insurance at the end there, is now Summit underneath his turret, and Keen's going for a dive. Does manage to lock down the ultimate, but he's just going to die. That's going to be a double kill going over to the Gnar, and I'm almost done, Wolf. Like, this game is a disaster.
It certainly is. But it feels like with every trade, Liiv Sandbox get more on the map, and they're almost able to get this top turret, as they are going to respect the fact that Bang is rotating up right now. Lehens wants to taunt here. He's going for it.
Gonna find effort, gets the taunt down, as now in goes Bang to try and do the damage, but Lehens, he's very close to falling. Thankfully, Bang grabs the cast minion aggro, but it's not over yet, as Leo's going to turn up. Bang, just gonna get popped. Reset comes through, but Lehens, he's out of here. He's done. He wants to go back to the base, and maybe he wants to get out of this game.
Well, this is going to be another turret going down. The turret they just moments ago failed to get. They're able to turn around and take it.
That was never going to be a good idea, as the Rift Herald's going to come down and try and finish off this outer turret in the mid lane, and Liiv Sandbox is starting to get this snowball rolling. Solar Flare sidestepped by Fly, who flashes out of the shockwave, but their health bar's very, very low. Still, they are going to survive. Summit not able to get quite on top of them, but it does mean that Shirley is going to get a double charge. Bang, he said he wants out, and he's just going to head towards. He's going to eliminate this minion wave as a priority, just to deny as much money as possible. And speaking of money, it's only 2,000 gold.
10 now, and I think that with how these next few fights go for Afreeca, like now they're finally...
And Sandbox, they've already taken it. Look at this. Bang's taking down a control ward. The Drake's dead, and they haven't. I'm going to be really worried, because I don't think that that's exactly the learning that you should be taking.
No, certainly not. I mean, look at the vision control here for Liiv Sandbox. Meanwhile, Keen is in the bot lane. He has teleport, but I feel like even if he teleported now, it's just too slow. They need to be more aggressive, and their comp doesn't have hard engage.
Well, Lehens, he's looking for some taunts. Effort going down pretty low here to the Baron as Dread is in position. We'll see whether he can land a smite. Jumps over, not able to actually get the smite down, but they are able to take the inhibitor on the bottom side of the map. But that is yet another neutral objective that Liiv Sandbox just walk in and take.
Yeah. I mean, right now...
See, just head towards this top lane and shove this one out, so at least it's not going to be all 3 lanes under pressure. But this inner turret is not going to be the first of the structures falling down at this particular instant, as Dread does land a spear. Doesn't really do too much, as the Weaver's Wall is just going to block off any sort of defense from Afreecs, and this bottom lane inhibitor turret is going to be taken. Inhibitor should be pretty comfortable as well. Here for Liiv Sandbox is Afreecs trying to hold on to their mid lane. They don't want 2 inhibitors to be broken, as Keen once again is spending some time with an inhibitor turret, but the split push not necessarily working in favor of Afreecs, as that's 2 inhibitors that have been taken off the map, and now Liiv Sandbox should be able to get down and stop Keen from pushing in any further. We're trying to stop the backs here on Afreecs' side. But I don't
Baron backs though. Yeah, it's so easy to get out of here. Get away.
Flash from Summit. Good flash from Summit as Lehens. He's got in here as well. The taunt comes down. Bang. Looking to try and lock down the Mega Nourish. That's a 3-man shockwave. And it is all over for the Freecs. Of course, they're going to let this one go down in an attempted dive, much like what they attempted earlier on in the day. And this is just donezo. Liiv Sandbox will be pushing through for the win, and this Freecs squad are going to need to have a bit of a chat after this one to see what they can do to adjust, because I think we're going to have to go down a pretty long list.
Yeah, I think so too. Unfortunately, from Dread's build to, unfortunately, his Nidalee play on such high priority, Atlas to, you know...
As far as your damage, and Ali doesn't lane too badly into the Gnar either. He's not going to give her as much of a hard time being able to...
It's actually free. Goes over there. A little bit of... Oh, that thought. Effort.
Yeah, there's the shockwave fly in a lot of trouble here. Does have flash, but no opportunity to use it. But it's not looking like it. Summit gonna make his way in though, and Leo does have the killer instinct available. He can be there in the nick of time. And Afreecs, they seem to know this as they're backing away. Effort looking for the fight now as Shockwave comes in, and Summit, massive damage into the backline. The Lilia does not last more than a couple of seconds, and now Summit's zoning everyone away. They'll also... Yeah, Liiv Sandbox are snowballing this one extraordinarily quickly. They definitely wanted to.
Another one going to be online here in just a second. They are crushing this lane so hard, he eats a turret shot.
He's solo gold when this turret does fall down as well. And so the trade is definitely not going to work out in favor of the Freecs. And I actually really like that Croco first decides to rid the jungle of everything before heading over to this Drake, because they have so much vision that they can take it for free regardless at whichever time that they want. So Shirley's going to be taken, but as it's the less high value Drake, because you don't get, Herald, because you don't get plates for it.
Croco take the jungle, but he deep warded it super hard as well. So they had everything they did in the jungle there took time, and obviously this rotation here to the turret, which is where they're going to force the Rift Herald to get value.
Trying to get rid of these priority targets.
Keen.
Okay, this is danger. Yep, Keen, he's real dead. Croco's going to steal that wolf. It hasn't really been the series that they were looking for in any way, and it feels like there are a few emotions that may have been...
Start the Drake early, so all they could do is get a positional advantage here and try to clear up some of the vision.
Yeah, as Effort's just going to flash his way in. Croco as well, a lot of damage potential as Fate is going to be able to lock down that kill, and now Liiv Sandbox are looking for it. The crash down from Lehens, but unfortunately, it's a little bit too little too late. Bang, the Samira's doing some work, but it's just not enough. That should be the ace. As Liiv Sandbox, they say, well, I mean, we'll take both the Dragon and the Baron.
Yep, pretty nice cleanup here. All started by Effort with the...
Onto Effort potentially, but Effort actually wants the fight, as you can see. The depth charge comes in. Now Leo, he's off to the side. This Kai'Sa still with Killer Instinct available. Croco trying to get out, and he actually is going to be able to. Effort probably not going to be so lucky as Summit finds the Rel in the backline. Fate trying to keep himself alive, as well as this Blast Cone eventually going to get used as Dread will fall down. Fly just evaporates as Leo spots him for half a second and then sinks the teeth in. Now Summit is hunting for Bang and for Keen as Croco gets himself into this brush. It is warded, but Bang and Keen, they cannot get anywhere near this Liiv Sandbox team, and Summit is still chasing them. They should be able to break open the base right here.
Yeah, this is certainly going to be the inhibitor going down, as right now Bang and Keen are trying to decide if they want to... It's a fight or flight moment here. I think the flight is the correct option at this stage, even with the fruit giving them in this game right now.
But also, I mean, Effort's he's just been playing so well. That depth charge got so much value. Fate holding onto his shockwave until exactly the opportune time. Manages to get exactly the targets that he was looking for. And yeah, Afreecs are just getting ran around at this stage. 12,000 gold is the lead. This inhibitor is not long for the world on the bottom side, and the mid lane has already been dealt with while we were looking at that replay as Lahen's looking for another aggressive engage, but Magnet Storm's finding no value, and Effort just decides that he's going to go in and kill everyone. Double kill for Croc already, and they are way too far behind. I respect Afreecs going for it, but it was unfortunately never going to happen, and Liiv Sandbox 18-1, an absolute shellacking here at 26 minutes. Will be taking down the Nexus. And this might be an early night, Wolf.
Could be. It could be Atlas. I think the big takeaway
this time
here
was definitely not.
Well, the Zoe is also going to have a problem when the whole map belongs to Liiv Sandbox. You're trying to clear deep wards on your side of the jungle. You never get any pressure on the mid turret. Like, Zoe's just really going to struggle to find even shots because she doesn't have vision as to where to shoot. I think the big telling damage number in this chart too is unfortunately Dread on the Lilia. Not even able to do any damage on the side because the comp that they were up against just didn't allow him to do any damage in the longer.
And the POG on the side of Liiv Sandbox will be Effort, having outstanding performance on this Nautilus as usual. 83.3 kill. Congratulations.
승리 축하드립니다.
Thank you.
네, 드디어 리브 샌드박스가 첫 승을 신고했습니다.
Finally,
소감을
Liiv
들어봐야
Sandbox got your
텐데요.
first
페이트
win.
선수 먼저
How
소감
are you
말씀해
feeling,
주시죠.
Fate?
저희가 이전에 했던 경기가 좀
The
유리했던
previous
경기가 많았는데
games, actually, we were having a huge lead, but we were not able to close out those ones.
되게 아쉬운
So
점이
that's
많았었거든요.
basically how we dropped
오늘은
those games. So
깔끔하게
yeah, a lot of
이겼다고
things were left to be
생각해서
desired, but I think this time
어,
around we
너무
got
점을
a very
완벽하게
clean victory, so I'm
보완한
pretty
모습을
much content.
보여주셨어요. 에포트 선수도 승리 소감 들어볼게요.
And Effort, how do you feel?
네, 이제 드디어 LCK 시즌 첫
Finally,
승을
this
거두게
is the
되어,
first
거두게
win
되어서 너무 기쁩니다 지금.
of the Spring Split. I'm so
네.
glad.
그 승리의 기쁨을 사실 고릴라가 계속 보면서
And Gorilla was
응원도
watching
하고
this
걱정도
game,
많이 하고
supporting
있었거든요.
you,
저는 어떤
and also he
느낌이었냐면
looked a little bit
스크린샷
concerned.
하나하나 계속
Like, he
저희가
was
이야기를
so-
하면서 아, 상호야 좀더 잘해지 막 이렇게
The level of
응원을
sympathy
했어요.
he had
이렇게
for the
보고 만나니까 좀 어떨
support
것
player,
같은데
especially you,
어떠세요?
Effort was on point.
가끔씩 이제 찾아와서 응원도
Yeah, he
해주시고
sometimes
하는
like
거
come say hi
너무
and
감사하게
supports
생각하고
me,
있어요.
so I'm always feeling super grateful.
가깝거든요. 그래서 부담이 될까 봐 좀 피하고
Yeah, we are
다니는데,
actually
네,
super
원래도
close. I
한번
try not to
놀러
put too much pressure, but yeah, sometimes I try to go just say hi and make him feel better.
올라온 느낌입니다. 어떤 피드백이 있었던 건지 에포트
The Liiv
선수
Sandbox
한마디
came
해주시죠.
back with better macro and team fight. What kind of feedback did you guys
저희가
have
뭐
after
이제
finishing game
원래
week
이제
number
기본은
1?
라인전이잖아요. 이제
The
라인전이
basics
돼야 이제
of
운영이
the
되는
League of
건데,
Legends is laning phase.
라인전부터 차근차근
So
다듬으면서
we went back to the square one. We
운영적으로는
worked on our laning phase.
하나가 돼서 좀 다
And we
같은
wanted to move
생각을
as
가져야
one
된다,
when
약간
we
이런
were
느낌으로
kind of
좀
working around the
그랬던 것
map
같아요.
and making
그래서
some
그런지
macro
오늘 선수들의
decisions.
합이 굉장히 빛났습니다. 페이트 선수는 오늘 만장일치로
Fate,
POG를
you had
차지했는데요.
unanimous POG in game
본인의
number
폼이 오르는
1.
게 확실히 느껴지시나요?
Do you also feel that your performance is on the best level right now?
그냥 좀 비슷하다고 생각은
I
하는데
think it's similar,
또 대회 때 집중하려고 좀
I try
신경 쓰는
harder
게
to
있어가지고
focus,
잘 결과가
stay
좀
focused
잘 나온
on
것
during the
같아요.
competitive
대회 때
games.
집중하라고 신경 쓰는 뭐 어떤 뭐가 있는 건가요? 포인트가 아니면 그냥
Is there any
거기에서
specific
많은 걸
points that you kind of
좀
focus
집중을
on
하는 건가요?
during the games?
뭐 최대한 좀 연습할 때랑
네.
마음가짐은 좀 비슷하게 하려고
I have a
노력은
similar
하는데
mindset
뭐 일단 제가
as the
실수할
Scream games.
수 있는 요소나
But,
아니면 다른
you know, I
팀원이
try
실수하는
to
요소 같은 것도
Check whether there's
보다
something that I can
신경
make
쓰려 하면서
mistakes,
하는
and
것
also
같아요.
I also try to pay attention to the plays coming out from my teammates.
제가 이제 에포트 선수한테 질문을 드리고 싶은 건데 사실 1,
This question
2경기에
is over to Effort.
리즈 선수의 세라핀이나 넬
In
같은 걸
both
밴을 했고
Game
또
1
이제
and 2, you
많은
guys were kind of
서포터들이
target
나왔잖아요.
banning a lot of
그러니까 이렇게
support
밴이 좀
cards
몰리게
away
되면
from
사실
Liiv.
플레이하는 입장으로서도 뭔가
And if
부담감이
one
느껴졌을 수도
specific
있는데
role
그런 부분은
kind of
어떻게
takes all the bans,
해결을 하셨는지
you know, you
아니면
might
그런 부담을
could have also
느꼈는지
felt a
궁금합니다.
lot of pressure, right?
벤 자체는 이제 상대 팀의 핵심이라고 생각해서
Because
세라핀
we
거를
thought that
쪽으로 좀
Seraphine
저격밴을
and Rel
했고,
are the
플레이하는데
core
딱히
part
그렇게
for
부담
the
가진
opponents,
어차피
so I didn't really
이제
feel too much
서브
pressure
자체에서
about it.
자신이 있어서
I was also feeling super
그러면
confident
이제
with
벤
those
얘기가
cards
시작을
getting banned
했는데
out.
사실 상대가 이제 카밀 중심의 사이드 조합을
In game number 1, Afreecs took a side lane comp, Camille together with Shen, and also they had Kaisa who can also join the fight. But Liiv Sandbox was able to kind of play the map better. So we could see how much kind of focused you guys were in game number 1. So what kind of communication went back and forth, dealing with Camille in the side lanes.
놓친 부분도 있었던 것 같긴 한데
I think we did miss out 1 or 2 points
카밀을 이용해서 좀
from time to time, but we knew that they had to play around Camille and make points. So we tried to play the map around, like